Get ready for the action because the first domino has fallen. Nate Oats is setting up Alabama basketball for a historic run, as the 2026-27 schedule is taking a massive turn with the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas. We break down exactly how this event is expanding, what teams are involved, and why this changes everything for the Tide's non-conference slate.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
The landscape of college basketball is completely transforming with the rise of NIL, and Texas head coach Sean Miller is dropping some serious insights on the massive financial shifts happening across the sport. He reveals what the true cost of elite competition looks like, pointing to teams potentially reaching the $20 million mark, and how this is reshaping recruitment and roster building. But the schedule chaos doesn't stop there. Players Era is officially turning November into college basketball's second March Madness, and the scale is exploding. We dive deep into the massive expansion to 24 teams, the new 2-week bracket format, and the incredible matchups lined up for the Players Era 8 and 16 tournaments. Finally, we look at the bigger picture with Dan Hurley issuing a serious warning to the NCAA Tournament Committee regarding potential expansion to 76 teams. Hurley lays out exactly why the qualification process matters and what he fears losing if the tournament structure changes. Don't miss this full breakdown, so stay locked in for all the latest news. Nate Oats has set the stage for a challenging non-conference slate for the Alabama basketball team heading into the 2026-27 season, highlighted by their participation in the expanding Players Era Festival in Las Vegas. This marks the third consecutive year Alabama has taken the program to the event. The Players Era Festival has evolved significantly since its inception. In 2024, the inaugural event featured only 8 teams and a $1 million prize, with Alabama advancing to the championship game before falling to Oregon. The format shifted in 2025 to accommodate 18 teams using a unique margin of victory-based structure, where Alabama navigated losses to Gonzaga, but secured wins against UNLV and Maryland. For 2026, the event is set for another major expansion, partnering with ESPN and growing to 24 teams, according to Jeff Borzello. The 24 teams will be split into 2 tournaments, an 8-team field before Thanksgiving and a 16-team field the following week. Alabama is slated to participate in the latter tournament. This year's tournament structure promises greater clarity, reverting to a traditional bracket play format rather than complex tiebreakers. Alabama will face a tough 16-team field that includes Michigan, Gonzaga, St. John's, Louisville, Tennessee, Iowa State, Tennessee, Miami, FL, Texas Tech, Baylor, Maryland, TCU, Oregon, Creighton, San Diego State, and Kansas State. Notably, 11 of these teams made the NCAA tournament last year, including defending national champion Michigan, who previously eliminated Alabama in the Sweet 16. Nate Oats has a history of designing some of the most difficult non-conference schedules in college basketball, and this Las Vegas tournament represents the first major hurdle for the Tide's 2026-27 schedule. While the exact implications for teams that lose the tournament remain unclear, Alabama is expected to secure at least 3, potentially 4, high-quality games from this non-conference slate. This does not preclude Oats from continuing to schedule a demanding slate of opponents outside of the Las Vegas competition. College basketball is undergoing a fundamental transformation, driven by surging investment and structural changes like the transfer portal and potential NCAA tournament expansion. Texas Longhorns head coach Sean Miller recently offered a candid perspective on the escalating costs of elite competition following the Longhorns' substantial offseason investments. Miller noted that the financial landscape has shifted dramatically since the inception of name, image, and likeness, which has become the primary driver for roster construction and recruitment. Miller projected that a $20 million roster valuation is now the benchmark for elite programs, suggesting that between 20 to 25 teams may have reached this level. He emphasized the intense national competition, stating, "There's a lot of people in this country, from the West all the way through, that are really competing to be the best and to invest a great deal." While not naming specific rivals, Miller indicated that the University of Texas is investing heavily to compete for the top prize, placing them among approximately 7 or 8 programs pursuing similar ambitions. Analysts have identified several programs believed to approach or exceed the $20 million mark in 2026, including Texas, Duke, Tennessee, and Louisville, alongside Indiana, North Carolina, Texas A&M, UConn, and Houston. The financial impact is already visible in player valuations. Texas recently secured forward David Punch, a rising junior who transferred from TCU, with an estimated NIL valuation of $1.8 million, placing him among the top 40 athletes nationally and the top 10 returning men's college basketball players. His teammate, Isaiah Johnson, a rising sophomore guard from Colorado, carries an estimated valuation of $1.3 million. Despite the complex environment created by NIL, Miller remains focused on team building, echoing advice from respected NBA coaches. "Look, the best, they want to be coached, they want to be pushed." While the current NIL climate complicates recruitment and puts pressure on mid-major programs, Texas is actively leveraging these changes to solidify its position in the national conversation. Players' Era is transforming November into a high-stakes proving ground for college basketball, signaling a major shift in the sport's scheduling and economic landscape. The Players' Era men's championships are expanding significantly, growing to 24 teams, and securing an exclusive multi-year media rights deal with ESPN, positioning the event as a defining regular season fixture rather than a mere preseason experiment. The new format splits the 24 teams into 2 distinct bracket-style tournaments held over 2 weeks in Las Vegas. The Players' Era 8 the week of November 16, and the Players' Era 16 during Thanksgiving week. ESPN will broadcast all 37 games exclusively, ensuring a massive national platform. Fields announced are exceptionally strong. The Players' Era 8 features a formidable lineup including Florida, Houston, Kansas, Auburn, West Virginia, Notre Dame, Rutgers, and UNLV. The Players' Era 16 raises the stakes further, hosting a deep bracket featuring defending national champion Michigan alongside powerhouse teams such as Alabama, Gonzaga, St. John's, Louisville, Tennessee, Iowa State, Miami, Texas Tech, Baylor, Maryland, TCU, Oregon, Creighton, and Kansas State. This collection of teams suggests programs are actively targeting NCAA tournament positioning and national championships. The event's success stems from its open embrace of NIL economics, with participating teams reportedly receiving significant financial incentives, with some schools anticipating even larger payouts in future years. Beyond the financial draw, the Players' Era is reshaping the non-conference landscape. Its popularity is already impacting traditional events like the Maui Invitational and other showcases, as schools face increasing pressure to participate in this Las Vegas, NIL-driven environment. The move to ESPN also amplifies the event's gravity, leveraging the network's ability to build compelling storylines, as demonstrated by how Michigan's run through the field became foundational to its championship narrative. Analysts suggest this trend signals a move toward a more centralized, high-powered non-conference structure in college basketball, replacing scattered early-season tournaments with mini-March Madness environments featuring neutral courts, elite teams, national television exposure, and direct financial incentives. For fans, the event is lauded for delivering high-caliber matchups early in the season, offering urgency that bypasses the uncertainty of later season-by games. UConn coach Dan Hurley has issued a warning to the NCAA Tournament Committee regarding potential expansion of the tournament to 76 teams, emphasizing the importance of the qualification process. Speaking to CBS Sports, Matt Norlander reported that Hurley believes the current structure, which makes qualification intense and pressure-packed, is crucial to the tournament's special nature. Hurley stated, "What I think makes the tournament special is the qualification for it. You don't want the regular season to be rendered meaningless and to take away from November, December, January, February. The qualification process makes the regular season intense and pressure-packed. It should be a privilege to play in the tournament, not a right, and obviously if it expands too much and you don't have to have a real good season to make it, that would take away from the tournament. Does it get too big? While Hurley and UConn are unlikely to be directly impacted by any structural changes, the potential expansion introduces significant variables. Currently, the qualification process involves bottom 4 automatic qualifiers and bottom 4 at-large teams competing in 4 play-in games over 2 days. An expansion to a 76-team tournament would reportedly increase this to 12 play-in games. Hurley noted that UConn has not been in the specific situations of these preliminary games. Hurley also stressed the difficulty of entry. I love watching 116 games, 8-9 games, Dayton games. But I also love the fact that when it was 64, it was really hard to get in. You want it to be hard to get in. My biggest thing, too, is you still have to win 6 games, right? The expansion could lead to more deep runs from teams participating in the play-in games, though it might also result in more bubble teams eliminating each other early, a trend that has been common. Historically, teams in the first 4 bracket have seen some success, with VCU reaching the Final Four in 2011 and UCLA in 2021.